Hello, my name is Matthew, and we are on shelf 4 of my tiny house library tour, and we'll just get started. We have a whole row of Penguin classics, and the first is The Letters of Vincent van Gogh, and this is just an invaluable resource if you're interested in the life of Van Gogh or his paintings. I used to have a different copy that was just always at my bedside. A late novel by Tolstoy. This is Resurrection. I thought it was terrific, and a great entry point if someone's interested in reading Tolstoy but maybe is intimidated or isn't interested in the time commitment um, for reading Anna Karenina or War and Peace. A French writer, Alphonse Daudet, or Daudet, I'm not sure how to say that. Letters from My Windmill, and just a fabulous, um, lyrical, beautiful short story collection. They're these pastoral stories of the French countryside. I just love it. We have the Bhagavad Gita, a Hindu text. One of my favorite French writers, Flaubert, and this is Salambo. Very different than his society novels, Madame Bovary or Sentimental Education. And it's a historical novel of the war in Carthage, so it's set in like ancient times. Okay. The Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman by Lawrence Stern. And someone just commented that if I liked reading Jacques the Fatalist by Diderot, that I would like The Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy, and that's just a great parallel. I remember my old friend Bob, when he would talk about modern or postmodern novels like Ulysses or something, and he would say that they're actually throwbacks to these old experimental novels when um, the novel as a form wasn't fully developed. And there's a few writers. Lawrence Stern is one of the hallmarks of um, this really different creative idea of what a novel can do. Back to the French, we have Emile Zola, and this is actually a modern library classic, The Belly of Paris. I have my reservations with Zola. This is probably one of my favorite books by him. It focuses on what I think he's really good at, which is um, describing large scenes and settings and all of that descriptive language, all the food. It's really good. Back to Flaubert, Three Tales, just three masterful short stories by Flaubert, and an Oxford World Classics. Um, we have some tragedies by Seneca, Phaedra, Oedipus, Medea, so the retellings. And this is translated by Emily Wilson, so anybody that enjoyed her translation of the Odyssey, this is something that might also interest you. And more Mark Twain, The Letters from Earth. It's a collection of writings. There's a whole section of retellings of the Old Testament and a really like sarcastic social commentary, biting kind of tone that you get from Mark Twain. I haven't read all the different pieces in here, but um, from what I've read, it's good. Um, so, The Narrow Road to the Deep North. This was a Man Booker Prize winner by Richard Flanagan, and every once in a while, I think this was a couple years ago, I I think that I want to read more contemporary novels. I want to know the literary landscape of today, and I'll turn to these different award-winning novels. There's some of these kinds of books just peppered through my shelves. I haven't read it. I bought it because I thought um, it won this award, and I'll give it a shot. And then I just never pick it up. And reading the back of it um, doesn't make me want to pick it up. If you've read this and would recommend it, let me know. The Narrow Road to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. I think it's an Australian novel. I could be wrong. Um, okay, speaking of contemporary, I just talked about the Man Booker Prize. We have Ducks, Newburyport by Lucy Ellman. I loved this book. This is an example of wanting to read a contemporary novel and succeeding. I thought it was ambitious and exciting and incredibly readable. I made a video talking about my thoughts on the book. It really reminded me of just that constant scrolling on any social platform. The book just goes on and on and on. Um, all of these um, inside the mind of I think it's a woman in Ohio baking pies. I loved it. Okay, well, this is on top, but Penguin Classics of Sketches from a Hunter's Album by Ivan Turgenev. And at the end of last year, I said that I was going to do a Turgenev Tuesday video series where each week I would read a short story and then make a video about it. The first short story is Core and Kalinich. I think at the moment I'm going to put that on pause. I want to focus on the video series and other things that I'm reading. But again, let me know if that's something that interests you or if you're disappointed. Maybe I can do it. And I'll show you three. Okay, I have 3 books by Hunter S. Thompson: Hey Rube, Hell's Angels, and Songs of the Doomed. So one nonfiction, and then 2 are collections of like deadline writing. I'll show. And my old friend Bob hated that I was reading Hunter S. Thompson. He was one of the first writers that I was reading before I met my friend Bob, and I probably can get rid of all of these at this point. I never go back to them. A lot of the humor and outrageousness I don't find as funny or as interesting anymore. And also, that writing style, that gonzo writing style that Hunter S. Thompson is known for, I see it so often. Maybe not in books, but on the internet and social media. That meta, correcting yourself in real time, making mistakes, and then writing about how you're making mistakes. That is really grating. I'm not gonna. I think Hunter S. Thompson had a very unique voice, and it. I just see it so often where it really doesn't work. And I've seen other writers that can do it really well. I just see it overused. Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I just recently read this year. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, we have the Holy Bible, and this is the New King James Version. It's paperback. I think I got it in a used bookstore. Um, I hate to get rid of a Bible, but this is one that um, I don't pick up. I don't turn to. Even when I got it, I don't think I spent much time with it. I have somewhere. It's at my bedside. I have the Oxford World's Classics of the authorized King James version, um, and that's the Bible that I use. So maybe I'll get rid of this along with Hunter S. Thompson. um, this was a purchase from last year. This is 52 stories by Anton Chekhov, translated by Richard Peaver and Larissa Volonkonsky. At this point, when there's a new translation by this duo, I I do often just pick it up. With all these Russian writers, um, including this one, there's a, a handful or a good portion of these stories that I've already read in different translations, and it's just fun. It's just fun to read Chekhov. And we'll end our bookshelf with a gift. This was um, earlier in the middle of last year. I read The Life of Samuel Johnson by James Boswell, and I received several presents, and this is one of them. This was a gift from Johnny Keene, a another BookTube colleague, and he sent me Samuel Johnson by W. Jackson Bate. So this is a different biography of Johnson, hardback. Um, and I'm very grateful that Johnny sent it to me. I'm interested in learning more about Samuel Johnson, but I have not read it or really spent very much time with it, but I do plan to. And that is our bookshelf tour for today. We're on shelf 4, and um, a lot of interesting books. Some I'll probably, now that I'm looking at, will be getting rid of at some point. But let me know what you think, what your thoughts on some of these books are, on Hunter S. Thompson, or any of these. So leave a comment if you would like, and thank you for watching, and take care.